Hello everyone, it's the Canadian Wifier here, and welcome to week 1 of the CCL Draft League that I was invited to. This is going to be the Colorado Stealth Rockies versus the Leech Siege United, coached by Pippo. This is the draft league I mentioned a week or so ago. Joe invited me to it. It's just 8 guys. We're having some fun. It's going to be a fun draft league. Looking at the team matchup, week 1, you can see Pippo's team over on the right and my team over on the left. You will get more acquainted with what my team is and how good it is as the weeks go on, but as of this week, those are the matchups. You will be able to tell what I brought and why I brought it once we get into the game. I kind of explained myself there. The battle itself is like 28 minutes long, but I think it's really good, and you guys are really going to enjoy it, so be sure to stick around through it. I was pretty nervous at the start just because I hadn't played Pokemon, let alone meaningful Pokemon, in almost like 5 months, so it took me like 5 or 10 turns to get settled in, but after that it was very smooth sailing. Anyway, just enjoy the game. Week 1 versus the Leech Siege United. Fuck, I see Mew. That's not good. I see he didn't bring Heatran, which is why I switched Chestnut to Keldeo. Oh, okay, he brought Pharaoh, he brought Rotom. Those are good things for me. The fact that I brought Keldeo is actually looking really nice. In case you don't know, this team was literally last minute changed. Last slot was originally defensive Chestnut with enough speed for Azumarill to be able to beat it in case it uses the move that is very scary, Belly Drum. Luckily, I see no Azumarill, which is great. I see no Heatran, which is also great. I didn't really have much for it. In fact, my first 4 Pokemon can't even touch it. So the fact that he didn't bring either of those is good. I have HP Electric on Keldeo for that Azumarill instead of Icy Wind, which is going to make Mega Altaria a touch bit more of a problem than it should be, in all honesty. Tracheon shouldn't be a problem. Conkeldurr was the other thing I was really scared of, and he didn't bring that either. So Tracheon should be fine because I have Lando. Mega Altaria should be fine because I either have Torn or Lando, and in fact, I could always burn it with Keldeo. Rotom is not a problem because Keldeo kills with Focus Blast. Likewise with Ferrothorn, though Ferrothorn I don't really have a switch in for. His Landorus is scary. That's really all I can say. I don't know whether it's physical or special. I've obviously prepared for special because it is the threat, right? I have an Assault Vest, bulkier than normal Tornadus Therian for that. The one cool thing I've learned about League already, just from the team building, is the fact that you know their speed tiers and you can make Pokemon bulkier accordingly. I know the fastest thing he had was Frostlass, which I also prepared for because I was a bit weak to Ice. So I have both of, like, Mega Manectric is modest with barely any speed. So I would like to get that Mega ASAP, to be completely honest. I don't know what he's going to lead with. It could just be Rotom. I don't really lose too much by just leading Mega Manectric, to be completely honest. So that is what I'm going to do. Try to get my Mega ASAP, as he ends up leading with a Mew named Morton Blue Falcon. That's hilarious, first off. Second, I forgot to nickname my Pokemon, which is a little bit disappointing, to be completely. Like, even my Landorus and Tornadus are named Therian. It's not very good. I promise to come back week 2 with stronger nicknames. This Mew is going to be a massive problem, though, to be completely honest. I'm terrified of it, and I'm really tempted to just fire off a Thunderbolt here early, just to not only test the waters, but also get some damage off on it. This thing's going to do a number to his team, though, if I can keep it around. Like I said, I don't really have a switch in. Mew can do a million things. I don't know if he just wants to get up rocks, so I'm willing to fire off a T-Bolt turn 1, as he ends up going out into his Rotom, which is going to be great because it does nothing. Damn, okay. I'm modest, so that means that has to be specially defensive, because I know, what is that Pokemon? The really good one. The really good electric type in OU. Thunderous Eye. Life Orb T-Bolt does about like 70% to Rotom, so Mega Manectric, modest Mega Manectric, is not too much weaker than a Life Orb Thundy. And that did almost nothing, so this is a free Volt switch out. I guess I'm going to Clefable. I mean, it's the obvious play, as he ends up being dual screens Rotom. Bit disappointing. What can I do with these free turns? I suppose I could go for a Calm Mind, just to try to force the hand. I don't really want him going to Ferrothorn. That's the obvious switch in. The Clefable that can take nothing from Gyro Balls. but I don't want to T-Wave it because then I would take a lot from Gyro Ball again. I can't paralyze this Rotom Wash. I suppose I could just click Moonblast. I don't like how bulky that is, and dual screens kind of scares me. I could go directly out into Keldeo. I assume he's just going to go for his Reflect, but then I don't know if I can kill him, so I feel like Moonblast is a pretty free play here, as he is going to end up Volt Switching. If the matchup is favorable, I can just T-Wave. If the matchup is unfavorable, I'll be at 82 at the end of the turn. And Clefable has a good chance to drop the special attack of whatever comes in. And to be completely honest, Clefable is... Clefable's the blob. The blob that just blobs all game. And to be completely honest, if I could get a drop on that, that'd be fantastic. As I do, okay. I'm really tempted to stay in here now. I mean, the fact that he brought it in almost confirms to me that it is special with Sludge Wave. Otherwise, there's no reason for him to bring it in, which means I should go right to Torn. But if he's physical, I should stay in because I'm actually Fizz Def Clefable, and I could easily chew the hit. I'll try Torn. It doesn't look too useful, even if something weird does happen, but it does appear to just be perfect. As I'm faster, I don't know if he's going to carry Stone Edge specifically for this. I have HP Ice. There's no better time than the present to reveal it, so, I mean, I might as well click. It won't kill because of the light screen, so he might be tempted to stay in and go for an HP Ice. I'm AV. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Tornado Starion, Big Bird. Good old specially defensive wall Tornadus, which is basically what its role is on this team, to be completely honest. Assault Vest is just so disgustingly good. It's really fast, it's really bulky, and if you hit all your moves, you normally win the game. So, you know. It's actually nice this week I was able to drop Focus Blast for HP Ice. Specifically for this threat. I love his nickname, by the way, Lando Donovan, because he's named after, obviously, as the European would say, a football club. The fact that his name is Lando Donovan is quite funny. So he goes to Mega Altaria pre-Mega, which means it is 4x weak to Ice. So that actually does a Chunklet, as I guess this is a free U-turn out. I assume his Rotom is going to be Light Clay, unless I saw Lefties. No, it is Lefties, which means his Light Screen runs out on this turn, which means I could just U-turn out into my Mega Manectric, get a drop on it, because I don't know, man. Physical or special, both are going to be a bit of a threat. Mega Manectric would be the preferred switch, and if it is, it's going to go for a return or a roost. As I guess I can test the waters. Go for a quick U-turn, regenerate back up to full, and like I said, I guess Manectric is my play here. It won't enjoy taking a Hyper Voice in the slightest, but as he is just going to end up roosting. And we're chilling, no screens. Mega Altaria, fat threat, chilling in front of me. I have no idea what it's going to do, but I'm going to Volt Switch out, see if he is tempted to switch out, see if he wants to stay in. I'm faster than his whole team. I'm a modest Mega Manectric, and I have this nice Intimidate core, so I don't want to go to Lando right away. If he's physical, it would be my hands down best play, because I would get another Intimidate on him, and then I'd be able to just Earthquake him right away, maybe even get up my Stealth Rock. But I need that. Absolutely need that for the Tracheon. Although I have Clefable, or is that putting too many rolls on Clefable? Because if he's special and I just get absolutely bopped by a Hyper Voice, I'm not going to be a very happy camper here. I suppose I could test with Torn, because worst case scenario is he goes for a Dragon Dance, at which point I U-turn again out into Lando. And best case scenario is I find out what set he is. I feel like that's my better play. Or at the very least safer play, as he ends up being Substitute. This is gonna get pretty ugly, actually, if he is sub DD. Makes me wish I had Unaware Clefable. I am Fizz Def, and the fact that he is sub makes me feel like he's not offensively invested in the slightest, which means I feel like you turning out into Clefable here is my better play as opposed to Landorus, because I need to keep one of Landorus or Clefable very healthy for the Tracheon. And I feel like Clefable is my better bet, as that is Clefable. As you can see, Clefable is a pretty cool Pokemon. I feel like this is a free Moonblast. I'd like to stay healthy with a Soft Boiled. I guess I don't lose anything by clicking Soft Boiled. Because if he decides to switch out, I'd rather be at full. Yeah, that's fine by me, as this is a pretty free Moonblast. If he wants to switch, I get the chance to drop something, or at least get damage on something. And if he wants to stay in, I can just T-Wave after this turn. Or to be completely honest, 2-hit KO him with Moonblast. Yeah, my best play, hands down here, is just clicking Moonblast. Is it going to do about 40% to my Clefable? I should T-Wave if I don't think he's going to sub. As he actually ends up just going into Frauthorn. Now, one of the main reasons I had Chestnut on this squad just minutes before, seconds before accepting the challenge, instead of Keldeo in the last slot, was because it gave me a switch into Ferrothorn. Not normally something you need on your team, but it just, Leech Seed, T-Waves, all that kind of garbage is really aggravating. And having something to safely switch into Ferrothorn is quite nice. Like, Torn and Mega Manectric can both kill it. Keldeo can do a shit ton with Focus Blast. I think it's like 80%. Lando can come in an Earthquake, but none of them really enjoy switching into Ferrothorn. I guess Keldeo would be my best switch in. I'd really like to save it for late game, because I'm pretty sure it just cleans up its team. I mean, aside from Mega Altaria, I suppose I can go to it now. As he is just gonna knock off my glasses. My glasses, no! My little bit of extra damage. So Focus Blast is the... Focus Blast is on here because it OHKOs... Doesn't OHKO anything. It claims the 2-hit KO after a Secret Sword on Rotom Wash. Normal, physically defensive Rotom Wash. Unfortunately, his appears to be specially defensive, so Focus Blast doesn't really gonna do much, and it's also already very weakened. The Ferrothorn is just chilling though. I guess Secret Sword is my better play. I mean, it doesn't make contact, it can't miss. I end up having HP Grass because I changed my IV. Is that actually gonna help me at all? No, not in the slightest. I'll just Secret Sword. Focus Blast. It depends whether he's physically or specially defensive Ferrothorn. I assume he would be specially defensive looking at my team. So maybe Secret Sword is actually going to be the better play here overall. Either way, he has a Mew, which is most likely going to be his switch in, no matter what I do. We'll see how we shall see how she goes. It's been an interesting game so far, as he ends up just leaving it in. It's going to take 70% as he just chooses to kill me with Power Whip. That's honestly fine. As much as Keldeo would have been really nice, because it outspeeds Lando, it takes care of most of his team at this point. It gets a ton of damage off on the Ferrothorn, which makes it a lot less of a threat. And to be completely honest, Keldeo's main goal, if I were to bring it, would be to weaken Heatran, Pharaoh, and Rotom, and Heatran is non-existent, and Pharaoh and Rotom are weakened, so good on you, Keldeo. I'm glad I clicked Secret Sword and not Focus Blast, because if I missed Focus Blast and he killed me, I would have been pretty tight. I suppose I can just go to Lando here and click Hurricane. I mean, I guess it's a matter of how real are you. Mega Manectric is also a fine play, because at the very least it baits, and Mega actually that's exactly my play. As I can just come in here and click Flamethrower, and if he wants to switch, I have a move for each of his remaining Pokemon, and if he wants to stay in, Ferrothorn is no longer a problem, and I get a free Volt Switch on whatever he wants to bring in, or an HP Ice to kill the Lando if he is so inclined to do that. Unless he Scarf Lando, I suppose that is a thing. All I've seen so far is Sludge Wave. Now that would be a little bit of a wrench in my plan, considering Mega Manectric right now is just doing a ton of work. It was actually suggested... Okay, stop slurring your words, man. It was actually suggested to me before the game today to try out Charge Beam Mega Manectric, because the collection of Pokemon that Pippo was likely to bring is rather weak to Mega Manectric in general. And Mega Manectric in general is just a good Pokemon. So if you get a +1 boost, it could be over. But I don't know, it feels weird bringing a Mega Man without T-Bolt or Volt Switch. And obviously you don't want to do the whole triple thing. Triple stab is a little weird. Oh, excuse me. So, I assume right now my switch-in is Lando T. I would like to keep it around for the Mega Altaria. But as you've already seen, Clefable does that job just fine. Basically, I have Lando and Clefable, and their jobs are to take care of Terrakion and Mega Altaria. So I feel like today, this turn 15, is the turn where I divvy up the jobs, and Lando, your job will be Terrakion, and Clefable, your job will be Altaria. I feel like that'll work out quite nicely. Close combat only does like 30% to Clefable, less than maybe, and it would give me a free T-Wave. But Stone Edge does like 45, so there's no point risking it when I can just go into Lando here. Get up me Rooks. Is that my play? Yeah, rocks are always rocks. It'll chip away at the Altaria, it'll chip away at the Landers, it'll put the Rotom Wash in killing range of just about everything in the game. It'll break this Terrakion's Focus Sash, which I expect it to have. I can U-turn out on this Rotom Wash, which I hope be slower than me. Ooh, that could be actually kind of awful, so I think what I'm gonna do here is hop out into my Latias and just click Draco Meteor. Does that give anything a free setup? Yes, it gives Mega Altaria a free setup. Is that a problem? Not necessarily. I should be careful here. Free U-turn would be nice. I assume he's just going to go for a screen, but I don't want to risk him going for like a Hydro Pump and ruining my life. So I feel like Clefable is my safest play here. Although, like I said, Latias isn't exactly going to do too much other than maybe healing Wish a member. Yeah, Clefable's safe. As he does end up just going for that Hydro Pump, which I alluded to. I feel like Soft Boiled is my play. As much as I hate letting this Rotom just continue getting health back with lefties, I can't risk him 3 at KOing me, so he is just going to Thunder Wave me. That's disappointing because it's just disappointing. He understands. He understands how good... I mean, like, I can't even be mad. I'm running it on Clefable. I'd run it on Mega Manectric if it had room for it. I'd run it on more things if it had room for it. I just didn't have room on my team. This is a free Moonblast. It is going to damage something as long as I don't get paralyzed. Oh, the shit storm. Why am I slurring so many words today? I don't get it. The shitstorm has already begun. If I don't get fully paralyzed, something is taking a massive strike here. Lando would be about 50% if you count rocks. Terrakion would almost die. Oh, let me get this damage off, honey. Thank you. Oh my goodness, that is delicious. As at this point, I think Torn T is still switching. Well, Torn T is faster, so I'd sure as fuck hope it's still switching. That Lando can only do one more switch into rocks if he switches out. I would like to keep Clefable at about this level of healthiness, to be completely honest. So, Tornadus, you're on this team for this Pokemon. Come in. Help. And I believe, unless he is Scarfed, he dies to an HP Ice. Is HP Ice my play? I guess. I mean, it forces him out. What would Rotom take more from? Heat Wave? I assume Rotom's coming in. Could also be Mew. Like, my play here is the Hurricane, but this is too much of a threat to the rest of my team for me to not just kill it off. Yeah, I'll just HP Ice. I don't know. I highly doubt he's going to let it die. To be honest, U-turning is almost a better play, just because I know he's not going to stay in. So he ends up going out into, indeed, the Rotom Wash. That is a broken English sentence if I've ever heard one. But U-turn off the Rotom into my Latias, because that is indeed what I'm going to have to do here. Lati was pretty useless, to be completely honest. I was literally just saving it for a Healing Wish. Clefable is going to be so damn useful. I'm almost tempted to cure the paralysis off of Clefable with Lati. Like, I might honestly Psyshock this Rotom, let it die. Rotom's going to be really low after rocks, which means literally I don't think it can come back in. So I might claim a life here, or at the very least I might drop a Draco and then Healing Wish my Clefable. Just because the paralysis, I can already foresee it coming to bite me in the ass. We'll have to see. As he ends up going right out into, it's here! It's here! The threat! I guess I'm going to Lando. It's, I said I divvied up jobs. I can't be doing this. Lando is for Tracheon. I also need to keep in mind that he still just has a Mew chilling in the back. I'm not quite sure what it means that he led with it. Makes me feel like he was expecting, I don't know, Scizor maybe? Maybe a Scizor lead from my team to burn it. That makes me really nervous that it's Stallbreaker Mew, which I have very little for, and I'll be very sad if I see it. Just because I think the only thing I have on my team that beats it is Clefable, and when I'm Thunder Waved, bad. So, I'm almost more tempted than ever just to Healing Wish my Clefable. I mean, the Rotom won't be able to T-Wave it again this game. Hopefully. I mean, it'll be at, what, 13% when it comes in. Is he going to Dragon Dance or Return, I guess, is the big question. Because if he's going to Dragon Dance, I should Psy-Shot. No, because then he'll be faster. Yeah, I think Healing Wish is my play here. I'm going to click it. As he ends up just clicking Return. So I did the right thing. As at this point, I'm able... Literally, Richard, why did you sacrifice your Latios just to heal 12% off your Clefable? Because Thunder Wave is fucking incredible. And I knew it was going to win him the game. So I played no risk. No risk. Okay, Moonblast is my play here. Oh man. If he reveals like Thunder Wave Mew or Thunder Wave... Does Altari even learn Thunder Wave? I highly doubt it, but it wouldn't surprise me because everything... Gyarados learns fucking Thunder Wave. So this has been a 21 turn battle. This is actually, 21 minute battle. It's almost been a minute every turn on average. So, good thoughts have been going in. It's still 5-4, but as is common in Pokemon, score does not dictate who is winning or who has the advantage. Because personally, I feel at this point I have the advantage in that 2 of my Pokemon are faster and just tear through what he has left, barring the Mew, and 2 of them are slower and kind of just take hits from what he has left, barring the Lando. So like, and Lando only has 1 more switch in, so if next time Lando comes in, it's either next time Lando comes in, it's either dead if I it's dead if I force it out, or he has to leave it in to die. So Lando I only have to worry about 1 more time. This Clefable is a problem for him, though. I would hope... My hope is that he sacks his Rotom Wash. If he sacks his Rotom Wash here, then goes to Landorus, which forces my Clefable out. I go into Torn. He goes for Sludge Wave. I go for HP Ice, which finishes him off. I guess that forces him to Mew, at which point I guess I could sack my Tornadus and just fire off a Hurricane, hope that I hit. Doubtful I will. That will reveal what Mew he is, and I will be able to react accordingly from there. This Clefable beats his Mega Altaria 10 times out of 10. Landorus beats Tracheon 10 times out of 10. If I was Lumberry Landorus, which I wanted to be, but I just pussied out and put on leftovers, it would beat Stallbreaker Mew, I would assume, as that is going to be his play. As he sacks his Rotom Wash, I assume, like I said, the Landorus is coming out here. He gave it a good think, so I assume his next play is going to be pretty quick. Mega Manectric does a number besides the Mew. Again, I haven't done a calc, and I assume modest Manectric's Thunderbolt will do at least like 30-35% to this Mew, as he's going to bring it right in. I have no idea what that says. I'm tempted just to click Calm Mind because I have not revealed it yet. I don't know if he's Thunder Wave. I don't just want to get Thunder Waved again. I don't know what to do. I don't like the fact that he brought it right in. I guess I could Calm Mind and hope that he's not like Swords Dance. I can't Thunder Wave it because it has Synchronize, obviously. I mean, I could, but it's not going to get me anywhere. Besides playing the who's going to get full paralysis first. And I think my play is to Calm Mind. As he reveals Flamethrower, if he could burn me, that would be absolutely fantastic. I was actually hoping that he would be Will-O-Wisp Mew, as I guess I could fire off a Moonblast here, test the waters. I don't know whether he's going to switch immediately, hoping that Clefable does something weird. But at this point, Terrakion dies and can't kill me right away, as he actually ends up going into it, hoping I would Calm Mind again, and that definitely just dies. Stone Edge only would have done, unless he's Banded, which would have been an interesting set, Banded Rocks. Stone Edge would have done maximum 45, I believe. I did do that calc prior. Tornadus! Once again, it's your time to shine, buddy. I love you. Oh, okay. We have a problemo on our hands. Just kidding. I still have Mega Manectric, and unless he's there's no play. HP Ice. I hope that's not like a 12.9. If he can live another Rocks switch in, I'm in a lot of trouble actually. If he actually can live another Rocks switch in. Never mind. I forgot Mega. Mega Manectric is apparently fucking amazing. I did not think that would 2-hit KO. Let alone do, like, that is a lot of damage, man. That's a clean 2-hit KO. I guess what I said is true. Modest Mega Manectric really does make a difference. If his Landorus does die to Rocks, I think it's GG here if I Volt Switch into Clefable. Even if it doesn't, I don't think there's a move he can lock himself into as long as I keep Clefable and Landorus around, so this is a free Volt Switch, as that does an absolute ass load, so Mega Manectric should be able to clean up this game at the end, no matter what happens here with Clefable, but as he's going to go for Tailwind, that makes things a little bit scary. I should be able to live a Sludge Wave if I'm at +1, so I don't think there's... Ah, now there's his play. That's really interesting. I like that set. He's going to be able to... I assume then he wasn't able to live another Rock Switch in, but I think I can just spam Moonblast at this point. I mean, I know that's what he wants, but unless he freezes me here, yeah. Whew. Man, if he got that freeze, I would have been a little bit more than salty, but I believe... Yeah, this is perfect. His Tailwind's going to end right now. It was a really cool set. I'm not going to lie. I really liked that Mew. I don't know if it would have won him the game because I could have still pivoted around his HP Ice because he would have been forced to go for HP Ice on Lando, and I would have forced him to take a Life Orb hit. Assuming, of course, that he's Life Orb. If he's like Earth Plate or something weird, could have been in a wee bit of trouble. As there's the freeze. It ain't over till it's over, right, boys? Alright, I mean... the plays that I have mentioned before, pivoting around the HP Ice, might actually come into play here if I can't unthaw. Like I've mentioned, I went for... He says, I honestly went for it, I'm sorry. And I'm like, no worries, it's part of the game. As he's gonna go to Lando, as I'm still frozen. I could still thaw out this turn. Oh, do I save this thing for the thing? As he didn't actually set up Tailwind. I would have assumed he set up Tailwind. As long as I have Mega Manectric around, I'm pretty sure, yeah, Mega Manectric just wins, so... Ooh, okay, Mega Manectric no longer just wins, but luckily Clefable does. That could have been really, really bad if I didn't unthaw there. That's a really good game. GG to Pippo. And GG to the Stealth Rockies. Gonna start off the season 1-0. On the backs of our first overall pick, Clefable. Thank you all for watching. That was a very long video, but I actually think it was a pretty damn good game. Team I used will be down below. Link to the doc, link to the league, link to a lot of things are all going to be down below. Make sure to check them out. Make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed. Stay tuned for week 2, and I will see you next time, guys. Peace.